Very good morning to all of you. Myself, Professor Tawal Chandarana, and we are continuing to learn a unit number 7 of Database Management System subject known as a transaction processing. Guys, as a previous lecture, I will just remind you that we are discussing a concept of recovery of database. What is the requirement? What are the different types of recovery of database and why its requirement? I hope you are learn so many things through this video lecture series of database management system, and today we will discuss some more points regarding database recovery and its different method. So today we will discuss one of the method of database recovery known as log based recovery. In this particular video lecture we are discussing two different concepts of log based recovery. First one is deferred database modifications, and the second one, which we are learn, immediate database modifications. Guys, both are part of log based database recovery, and we are learning what is the requirement of database recovery when any transaction is failed and how to recover a particular transactions or particular schedule. So all the data should be a consistent one, and our transaction must be a serializable and non-conflict. So guys, we will start with the log based recovery. And what is the log base? Two techniques that use a log to ensure a transaction's automaticity despite a failures are. Means if we are using a log based recovery, then our particular transaction is free to atomicity. And what is atomicity, which we are discussing in our starting lecture of unit number 7? It is known as a transaction processing, or we can say a property of transactions. At that particular video lecture we are discussing 4 different property. In short, we can say it is known as a ACID property. So guys, as it mentions that there are the two different concepts which we are learning from the today's video lecture is one, deferred database modification, and second one is immediate database modification. Guys, it is really important to understand what is a deferred and what is immediate database. If we are implemented practically life, or we can say in day-to-day life for the database management system, then how we getting some advantage occurs when a failure is issued, or whenever any transactions or a particular schedule is failure, then how we can recover in form of deferred database modifications and immediate database modification. So in today's video lecture we are learn both the things with a practical example. So we'll start with the deferred database modification. The deferred modifications technique ensure a transaction's atomicity by according to the all database modification in the log, because it is a part of log based recovery, but deferring the executions of all the write operations on a transactions until a transactions partially committed. What is a transactions partially committed? In my first lecture of unit number 7 we are discussing different state of transactions, and in this particular lectures we are discussing 5 different types of transaction which is really implemented in a day-to-day activities. If you have doubt regarding any kind of transaction, please refer first and second video of a unit number 7 transaction processing. Let's take one example. First we consider two transactions known as T0 and a T1. Transaction T0 transfer a $50 from account A to B. હવે આપણે deferred database modification ને એક એક્ઝામ્પલ થી સમજવાની ટ્રાય કરશું. સૌથી પહેલા આપણે બે ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ લઈએ છે, transaction 0 and transaction 1. Means T0 it is a first transaction and T1 is a second transaction. T0 ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન માં શું થાય છે, એ $50 ટ્રાન્સફર કરે છે account A to account B માં. Next, what is the second thing? Let transactions T1 withdraw $100 from account C. બીજા ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ એટલે કે T1 ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન માં શું થાય છે, એ મની વિથડ્રોલ કરે છે $100 from account C. So total transactions બે છે, T1 and T0. એ બે ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ ની અંદર ટોટલ 3 એકાઉન્ટ પાર્ટિસિપેટ થાય છે, account A, account B and account C. Now we see how to perform these practical things in a practical way. First one, T0 read a database, or we can say item set A, because first we know that if a $50 or more than $50 is available in account A or not. If it is, then and then transaction should be performed. So first we just read a data set item A, then perform the transactions. Transfer a $50 from account A to account B, means first we debited a $50 rupees from A and then write a updated value of A, then we just read account B, then increment a $50 to account B and write a final update into the B account. It is seen on your screen. Then a transactions T1 perform. First they can read a C, because in a second transactions they can withdraw $100 rupees from account C. So first we know that, or first a mandatory thing to which find out that a particular account C have $100 rupees or not, means they have a sufficient balance or not. જ્યારે પણ આપણે ATM માં કોઈ પૈસા વિથડ્રોલ કરવા જઈએ, સૌથી પહેલા જે પણ તમે એમાઉન્ટ ATM ની અંદર વિથડ્રોલ કરવા માટે નાખો છો, તો સૌથી પહેલા એ વેરીફાઈ કરશે તમારા એકાઉન્ટને કે તમે જે એમાઉન્ટ એન્ટર કરી છે, લાઈક 10,000 રૂપીસ, તો તમારા એકાઉન્ટમાં 10,000 રૂપીસ કરન્ટલી અવેલેબલ છે કે નહીં. જો અવેલેબલ હશે, then they perform some of the transaction as per the user's requirement. So it is the case which we are discussing on how to write a particular thing in form of transaction. Suppose that these transactions are executed serially in the order to T0 followed by the T1. If it is serially, then first they are performing T0 and then they are performing T1. And the value of account A, B and C before the executions are 1,000, 2,000 and 700 respectively. લાસ્ટ પેરેગ્રાફમાં એક તમને કન્ડિશન આપી છે કે જો તમે ડિફાઇન કરેલા ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ જે T0 અને T1 ના છે એ સિરિયલી પરફોર્મ થતા હોય અને એક્ઝિક્યુટ થતા પહેલા, એટલે કે T0 સ્ટાર્ટ થતા પહેલા, T0 એક્ટિવ સ્ટેટમાં આવતા પહેલા A એકાઉન્ટની અંદર 1,000 રૂપીસ છે, B એકાઉન્ટની અંદર 2,000 રૂપીસ છે અને 700 રૂપીસ અવેલેબલ છે C ની અંદર. સો નાઉ વી સી ધેટ how a particular thing should be happen on concept of log based recovery, or we can say a deferred database modification. So T0 is started. We have three different parameters as we discussed in our previous lecture. Why it should be a 3 parameter? If you have any doubt, then please refer my previous video. It is really important to identify that why we are mentioning 3 different parameters in between less than and greater than, and what is the requirement of transactions. So T0, it is a transaction ID. Second parameter A, it is the account, and the third parameter which is the final amount which is available after the particular transactions, because we know that before starting a transactions account A have 1,000 rupees. If you are debited $50 from the 1,000, then the final amount it should be 950. Same way there are the account B. Before start it should be a 2,000. If you want to credit $50, then it should be a final one 2050. And after successfully write operation, after completion of successfully transactions, T0 committed. Then T1 started. C amount it should be 600, because before starting a particular transaction C have a 700 rupees. They can withdraw a 100 rupees from the account number C, then it should be written by the 600 rupees. So guys, it is the way to write a particular log file is maintained by the particular database software. Now, how a database will be work or concerned with your log file and your particular database. So if you want to write a T0 start A950, T0 B2050 and T0 committed, I will just not go to into depth, because previously we are discussing why this amount it should be shown on your screen. So what is the database? After T0 commits, database update the value as before start of T0. If you want to read your amount of A and B, it should be display A is equal to 1,000, B is equal to 2,000. After T0 commit, A should be updated from 1000 to 950 and B is 2000 to 2050. So after performing some serial transaction with respect to a particular transaction, what are the modification is affected in a database, it should be shown your screen. Means after committed, how a particular database is modified. If we perform a T0, then we are starting with the T1, because as a discussion that there are the two transactions T0 and T1. So let's see that how a database is modified a C account informations after committed T1. As we know that it's mentioned C is equal to 600. So guys, as a discussions about a log based recovery, a deferred database modification, you have just doubt that, sir, what is the way to explain what is a deferred database modification? So guys, I will just mention you that deferred database is nothing but to take informations after successfully commit. Means whenever a transaction is going on and at that particular time database value is never be modified. Like after A account transaction is completed, but when the database data, it should be updated after T0. Means after the particular transactions and all the instructions should be performed successfully, then and then a particular database is modified. It is nothing but a deferred database modification. ફરી વખત રિપીટ કરી દઉં છું કે સૌથી પહેલા ક્વેશ્ચન એવો આવશે કે સર આ વસ્તુ તમે ઓલરેડી સ્ટડી કરી ગયા છે કે સિરિયલ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શનમાં આ જ વસ્તુ થાય છે. સો વોટ ઇઝ ધ ડિફરન્સ બિટવીન અ સિરિયલાઇઝ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ એન્ડ ડિફર્ડ ડેટાબેઝ મોડિફિકેશન? સો ગાઈઝ, આઈ વિલ જસ્ટ ગીવ યુ ધ બ્રીફ આઈડિયા. તમારી સ્ક્રીન ઉપર જે કાંઈ પણ અત્યારના તમને ડિસ્પ્લે થાય છે એમાં ડેટાબેઝની વેલ્યુ અપડેટ ક્યારે થાય છે? જ્યારે T0 કમિટ થાય છે. એવું પણ પોસિબલ છે કે એની ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ પૂરું થઈ ગયું છે સેકન્ડ લાઇનમાં, તો ત્યારે ડેટાબેઝની વેલ્યુ અપડેટ થઈ જાય, કેમ કે હવે કોઈ એની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ નથી. બટ ડિફર્ડ ડેટાબેઝનો એકચ્યુઅલ કન્સેપ્ટ જ એવો છે કે જ્યારે પણ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન ઓનગોઈંગ હોય, એમાં જેટલી પણ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન્સ થતી હોય એ પર્ટિક્યુલર શિડ્યુલ કમ્પ્લીટ ના થઈ જાય અને કમિટ સક્સેસફુલ એક્ઝિક્યુટ ના થાય ત્યાં સુધી ડેટાબેઝની વેલ્યુ અપડેટ નથી થતી, અને એને જ કહેવાય છે ડિફર્ડ ડેટાબેઝ મોડિફિકેશન. સો ઇન શોર્ટ આપણે એવું કહી શકીએ કે જ્યારે કમિટ પરફોર્મ થશે, એનો મિનિંગ એવો કહી શકીએ કે ઇટ શુડ બી અ સક્સેસફુલ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન, ત્યારે અને ત્યારે જો ડેટાબેઝની વેલ્યુ અપડેટ થતી હશે તો એને આપણે ડિફર્ડ ડેટાબેઝ મોડિફિકેશન કહેશું. આઈ થિંક નાવ યુ આર ક્લિયર વોટ ઇઝ ધ ડિફરન્સ બિટવીન સિરિયલાઇઝ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન and what is difference between deferred database modification with help of log based recovery. Because on a left hand side it should be maintained by the software, it's nothing but to know about a log, and based on a log they can maintain its particular backend database. Now using the log, the system can handle any failures that result in the loss of information on a violating storage, or we can say volatile storage. It is a secondary storage. The recovery schemes are used the following recovery procedure known as redo operations. Means a TI, it sets the value of all the data item updates by a transactions TI to the new value. And what is the old value, what is the new value, what is the requirement of different 5 parameters in a particular transactions. If you found any doubts regarding anything which I will just mention right now, please refer my previous video. What is a log based recovery? The sets of data items updates by the TI and the respective new value of can be found in a log. Because if you have a two different value, like I will just give you the example. If you know that account A, a current value before starting and after committed, if you have both the value, then you can easily find that a particular transactions of credit amount or debit amount, it should be a successful or not, because you have found with the difference before starting a transaction, after completing a transaction. So whenever you are performing a failures on a particular transactions, and if you are preferring a deferred database modification, at that time you have options for recover your transactions with help of redo operations. Let's see, it is the final case through which we can easily identify that what is a deferred database modifications. There are the three different things: A, T0 start, T0 A950, T0B 2050. In the case B, T0 start, T0A 950, T0B 2050. As we compare, if you are performing a simple transaction, at that time you are not provide a committed state. You can directly update your value on a database. But in a case of 2 or case of B, you are performing commit and then a new transaction will be started. And the end of transactions in case of C, perform all the three things, which is first, second and third. It's common one in all the case, but what is the different? After completions of all the transaction, you perform a committed state. Like if after completions of both the successful T0 instruction, then you are performing committed, then you are performing a T1, and after completions of T1 you just perform a committed state. So guys, we just identified that whenever we are performing a committed state, it means that you have to select options according to a deferred database modification. Because as we know that now, what is the requirement of commit? If a committed is performed by the user's end, then and then a database value is updated in help of deferred database modification. So guys, it is nothing but a deferred database modification with help of log-based recovery. I hope you are learned something from my this video and you understand what is the requirement of recovery and how we can take advantage with help of deferred database modifications. Now a second case which we are learn with help of log-based recovery is nothing to known as immediate database modification. Name itself suggests it is a immediate database modification. Means we didn't wait for the committed state. The immediate modifications techniques allow a database modifications to be output to the database while a transaction is still in the active state, because a name itself suggests that it is a immediate modification. So user as well as a software didn't wait for committed transaction. They can directly update a value as per a particular instruction or particular transaction is completed. Means within an active state, they are updating a database value. Example, we can take a same example which we are discussing previously. Consider a two transactions T0 and T1. Transaction T0 transfer of $50 from account A to B. Let transactions T1 withdraw $100 from the account C. I will not going to the depth because as a previously we are consider same example with a detailed instructions. Suppose that this transaction is executed serially in the order to follow T0 and T1, and the value of account A, B and C same way which we are taken in previously 1000, 2000 and 700. Guys, I will just take a same example with a different method so you can directly compare that what is the difference between deferred database and immediate database. If we consider a different example, then you can't relate with the same thing. But if we consider a same example with a different method and take as a same or what is the different output, then you can easily relate with a log-based recovery, two different methods, deferred database and immediate database. T0 start A 1000 and 950. Guys, we just update value when without committed state. As we mentioned that a particular frame it should be missing in a previously. Means previous value and updated value. Means before transaction start there are some value which should be mentioned by A, and after transaction they have some updated value. Same thing which we are discussing on a case of different 5 parameter when we are understanding a log-based recovery. But this case we didn't consider on a deferred database, but right now we are discussing immediate database. So you just found that what is the difference between a deferred database and immediate database with this respect to two values. Now we are starting with the log. Guys, you just remember this fourth line T0 committed. It is not part of immediate database, and then also a database value is updated. So આપણે સિમ્પલ એવું કહી શકીએ કે ડિફર્ડ ડેટાબેઝમાં વેલ્યુ ત્યારે જ અપડેટ થશે જ્યારે કોઈપણ પર્ટિક્યુલર ડેટાબેઝમાં કમિટેડ સ્ટેપ પરફોર્મ થશે. જો કમિટેડ સ્ટેપ પરફોર્મ નથી થતું તો એ ડેટાબેઝની વેલ્યુ અપડેટ કરવા નહીં જાય. ઇટ ઇઝ નોન એઝ અ ડિફર્ડ ડેટાબેઝ મોડિફિકેશન. બટ ઇન અ ઇમિડિયેટ ડેટાબેઝ પર્ટિક્યુલર ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન્સ રન થઈ જાય, કમિટેડ નહીં થાય તો પણ જો ડેટાબેઝની વેલ્યુ એટલે કે ઓલ્ડ વેલ્યુ અને ન્યૂ વેલ્યુમાં જો કાંઈ ચેન્જીસ હશે તો એ ડાયરેક્ટલી ડેટાબેઝમાં અપડેટ કરી આવશે. સેમ વે ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન બીમાં વેલ્યુ ચેન્જ છે તો એ ચેન્જ કરશે. So there are no requirement of any committed state. Same way is just mentioned a C600, and after completions of both the instruction of T0 and T1 we can perform a committed state. So guys, it is the difference between a deferred database and immediate database. I hope you are clear about what is a difference between deferred and immediate database. Using the log, the system can handle any failures that result in the loss of information on volatile storage. As previously we discussed same thing with help of redo operations. Now we are performing undo operations on if a transaction is failure. So it's the restore the value of all the data items update by a transactions ti to the old value, because now we have a two different value, old value and new value. If you found some transactions failure, then you can directly modify your updated value with your old value, and it is nothing but the recovery of transaction. As well as they have option with a redo operation. It sets the value of all the data items updated by the transactions ti to the new value. If after committed it's there any kind of error should be generated to store a database value, then you can directly perform, or we can say you can directly take a new value to the database. જ્યારે ઇમિડિયેટ ડેટાબેઝ મોડિફિકેશન્સ મેથડ યુઝ કરો છો, જો ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ ફેલ થાય છે કમિટેડ્સ થયા પહેલાં, એટલે કે કોઈ પણ યુઝર કમિટ કરતા પહેલાં જો ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ ફેલ થઈ જાય તો તમારે અન્ડુ ઓપરેશનનો યુઝ કરીને જે ઓલ્ડ વેલ્યુ છે એને ડેટાબેઝમાં અપડેટ કરી આવવાનું છે, એટલે તમારું ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ રિકવર થઈ જશે. મે બી ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ જાય, કમિટેડ પરફોર્મ થઈ જાય, અને જો કોઈ ડેટાબેઝ રિકવરી અથવા તો ટેકનિકલ ઇસ્યુ આવે છે અને જો તમારે ડેટાબેઝને રિકવર કરવાનું થશે તો એટ ધેટ ટાઈમ તમારે રીડુ ઓપરેશન્સ પરફોર્મ કરવાનું છે. રીડુ ઓપરેશન્સ પરફોર્મ કરશો એટલે તમારી પાસે જે ન્યૂ વેલ્યુ આવી છે એ ડાયરેક્ટલી ડેટાબેઝમાં અપડેટેડ થઈ જશે. એટલે આપણે જે ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ ફેલિયર થયું છે એ પર્ટિક્યુલર ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સને રિકવર કરી શકશો. So before commit you can use undo operations, after commit if you are using redo operations for database recovery. So guys, it is the way to recover your data, your transaction, your schedule with help of undo and redo operation in immediate database modification. The sets of data items updates by a TI and their respective new value of can be found in a log, because we are considered as old value as well as new value in a log file. So the last thing which we are discussing in an immediate database, as previously we discussed the same thing, but at that time we are not using old value on all the three cases. So it is the difference between deferred database and immediate database. So guys, as today's video lecture we are learning two different method of log-based recovery. First one we are discussing a deferred database with help of example, and a second one we are taking a same example with a immediate database modification. And I hope now you are clear what is a difference between deferred and immediate and how we are performing a recovery in both the cases. I hope you are enjoying this video lecture and learn something new from this video lecture. Thank you so much.